What are those team-busting feats you keep bringing up for Darkseid? Because generally speaking, Darkseid has fallen off and doesn't have feats right now, or even for 10 years. First and foremost, I want you to know that the response I'm going to give in this video is, of course, going to be one of respect. I'm not going to call you out. I'm not going to say you don't read comics. I'm not going to get all sassy with you. But I am going to answer your question. Because frankly, it's a pretty easy question to answer. Let's show some examples of Darkseid being a team buster. I mean, if you want recent stuff, let's look at World's Finest issue 24. Darkseid rolls up on Earth 22. We have both Superman and Batman from the Prime universe. Of course, this is set in the past. Prime Earth Superman and Earth 22 Superman proceed to attack Darkseid. Does nothing. They get Omega Beam for their trouble. Flash then runs in to attack Darkseid. Doesn't go too well for Flash. Gets backhand. Shazam turns around. Gets Omega Beamed. Wonder Woman and Alan Scott go in for an attack. He blocks those attacks. Breaks the Construct sword and the sword of Athena, that sword that can cut atoms, and then disposes of both of them, casually walking, hands behind his back, just walks right through the Batman, starts siphoning energy because it's just what Darkseid can do, continues to fuck shit up, and leaves casually because he's a boss. You want more? Let's take a look at Earth 2 World's End issue 25, leading into issue number 26. Darkseid rolls up, casually beats the shit out of Red Tornado and Superwoman, or Power Girl if you want to call her that. Continues to beat the shit out of Power Girl, gets blindsided by Val-Zod, beats the shit out of Val-Zod. The rest of the Earth 2 society attacks him. Aquaman, Dr. Fate, Hawkgirl, The Flash, and more. And Darkseid says having a grand old time. Look at that smile. He is loving this. Because Darkseid is. And when only moment of hope happens and Alan Scott comes in, Darkseid's still doing him. Backhanding left and right. Poor Alan Scott, not feeling too well. And Darkseid's a nice guy, even telling him to submit. Again, beating the shit out of Superwoman and Red Tornado. Taking them out. Fuck, taking everything out. And even when Alan Scott flies in and hits him with his best attack, the full totality of the multiverse of the green, yeah, Darkseid's fine. Just clotheslining people left and right like he's Zangief. Remember, people, important lesson, Darkseid is. Shit, let's take a look at Justice League issue number 4, leading into issue number 5. Boom tube on in, Darkseid gives a little wave of his hand, and then knocks out the entire Justice League. Flash gets up first, Darkseid's having fun destroying some planes. Superman pops up too, and Flash does the best strategy of all time, run away from Darkseid. But you can only run for so long, and only so far, because those Omega Beams are going to track you down. Flash is creative enough to avoid them by phasing through a parademon and having it take the hit, but Superman's not too lucky. Then Darkseid proceeds to go in, tank a hit from Hal Jordan, slam him on his ass, break his arm, somehow knock everyone out when he punches him, and then casually walks away. Sure, the Justice League win in the end, but fuck. That's team busting for you right there. Hell, let's do Justice League issue 50. Darkseid's revived by the Anti-Life and proceeds to go fuck people up. Like, look at this. It's absolutely wild. Look at him having a grand old time. And listen, the Justice League, Green Lantern Corps, among many others try. They try really hard, but it's only through the power of plot and releasing the Anti-Life does Darkseid actually go down. Yes, plot convenience. And even then, the Anti-Life is still fighting back. So those are 4 examples, ranging from 2011 up to 2024, of Darkseid just being a casual team buster. And this is the thing a lot of people don't understand, is that Darkseid runs through most everyone and everything, with the exception of this man. And in those fights that I shown, 2 of which he was younger and not quite as powerful or experienced, and the last one I showed, he was dying from kryptonite poisoning, sun dipping in the flames of apocalypse, as well as some other stuff. Superman is usually the only person that can put hands on Darkseid. Like I said, this video is to be respectful. I'm not going to get all sassy and trash talk, tell you to go read comics, and then pull up a bunch of comics to show you that I read them. I'm not going to get all disrespectful. But I am going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell everyone else. This is an important thing. Darkseid is